To drop Saeed, Kenya could have stayed up here.
Alito Chief Sekou.
I'm on. How's everyone?
Good.
Lito.
So,
Check them out.
um, I love to hear what she is saying, and I think everyone is on the same page. You know, you guys are making very genuine points. Um, the thing about, let's go back to carbon dating, because what carbon dating doesn't deal with human DNA. It is basically based on rocks, trees, inanimate objects that carbon dating applies to.
No,
It
that's
doesn't
not
date with
true, dude. That is
ma'am,
so not
ma'am,
true.
ma'am. Let's
Carbon
do this
dating
because
applies to anything that has carbon isotopes. You are made of
okay, so
carbon.
carbon
That's like I
isotopes
said. Yeah,
based on
everybody
still
made a
in,
carbon.
Carbon does not.
Mute your mic.
animate.
Don't speak
Hold on,
while
let's
he's
do this. No, no,
speaking.
no, 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 no. Stop. Let's do this. Let's do this. Carbon dating based on inanimate objects that body or person is buried in. You cannot do carbon dating unless that person is buried around
You
something,
are
an
made of
object, a
carbon.
tree, or
It works
dirt.
for
Correct?
all
Rocks or whatever.
carbon-based life forms. You are made of
You're
carbon.
100% correct. Correct. However, what you're saying is it goes beyond the science that they are allocating toward human beings. Because here's what's already been proven. When it comes to the Native American portion, the Asiatic people, that it's already been proven they are not the original people of America. It's also been proven that you can find, as they were saying earlier, Lulu Amalu or any other um, genetic person. It was proven that the oldest genetics here on the planet is that of a dark skinned person. Call it
Yep.
what you may, call it what you want. So therefore, the argument about the first people or any other person cannot go past the very first person that was found to have melanin in their skin. So if we stop there, if we stop there and say that any country that you go to, the original people have melanin in their skin, they're darker, they're older than most of the people here, and that everyone else comes from that, every other argument is mute. Every other argument is mute. Oh
Snoop.
well, let's do again, doing better because until you find an older
A lot of y'all
species,
record.
an older DNA, and that's the only thing I'm saying. Because let's do this even clearer. No matter what we argue about, it is based on our research given to us by Europeans. Outside of every other quote black person, as y'all like to label us, who are scientists that don't get their recognition for what they do, everything that we are arguing is still based on information provided by the Europeans. So any disputes, any arguments, anything that is contradictive is still based on contradictive information by European standard. But when it comes to carbon dating, for the most part, ma'am, what is being able to, you can Google this, it is predominantly based on rocks, isotopes, and things of that nature from inanimate objects that are Earth based, XYZ. So now, I would love to hear your conversation from that point.
Hmm.
Question for y'all. What is
Hold on, let them finish.
Down.
now
Chill.
last name?
Okay, so we don't use rocks for carbon dating. Okay. So rocks don't have are not carbon-based life forms, so you can't use them for carbon dating. Just want to make that clear. Okay. Um, and everybody's carrying genetics that are millions of years old. Everybody is. All human beings at one point in time were super melanated until we had um, uh, we evolved different skin colors, amount of melanin based on where we were located
Correct.
geographically,
Correct.
right?
And I wish I could provide the link in this chat real quick because the link that I just read personally would say what I just it would confirm what I just said to you because this is not me writing this. This is what is being promoted and being given as educational resources. But go back to your conversation. You just said that everyone has come from a
Everybody carries
melanated person,
DNA within
and
them.
that where you are. Okay, so where you're located determines how your DNA now transforms or mutates. So, case in point, if a person lives in a area that was not close to the
Equator.
equator, let's say they lived in the Poland or whatever, that means they would lack certain elements within their skin tone. Let's say vitamin D or melon, and Well, matter of fact, I just seen this video today. If a person of color went to a colder climate, okay, and they stayed there, then they would start having issues because they would be lacking certain vitamins within their skin, vitamin D or whatever. However, if a person without melanin in their skin, because this goes into the whole isotopes and it goes into the whole carbon dating part of it. If a person without melanin in their skin goes to a warmer climate, they risk getting cancer because they don't have the necessary.
That's not true. Then how did the people in Alaska?
Hold on,
How are they
Kenya.
so dark?
No.
Hold on,
Listen,
Kenya.
listen. Firstly, this is not my argument. This is what science says. Science says that if a person lives in an area, i.e., white people, in a colder climate with less sunlight, that they are more apt to get skin cancer if they go to a more tropical area where there is sun. And if a person of melanin goes into a area that is colder and lacks sun, they are more apt to be vitamin D deficient.
Yep.
So
That's true.
therefore, okay. So what I'm saying, and because I'm trying to still get understanding myself, that when we look at these dynamics of everyone comes from a source. Everyone has a source origin. Okay. How do we explain that source origin when it comes to this world as a whole? Okay. Because unless we're saying that every human being is not genetically made up of the same thing, then and that creates a whole other argument by itself at that point. Because okay, what is the source? Where's the source of this human genome? Unless we're not saying this, how do we say now, because this has been my argument from beginning to end, who is the original people of any place on this planet? And that's the
You
simplistic argument that I have. Who
you
can
can go
say
all the way
who's the
back to
original? Thank you. Right. Correct. Go ahead.
you can go all the way back to the Book of Enoch. It talks about how Noah he was albino, which is like a light skin complexion of a black man, and majority of the people were black. So it goes all the way back from there.
Albino.
Huh?
So humans evolved in Africa.
False.
Your head because by you
See through.
Wait, what?
help her out, right? I tried to help her out because her statement.
At the end of the day, this makes very great conversation, family, because we're speaking to someone who is giving her scientific views on this. But what she just said was an admittance. Everyone came from Africa. Now, we can argue the fact that there was no word Africa. Africa was a created word by the Europeans still because that's not the original name of what the first people called it. But let's start with where she's at. Let's not deal with semantics and let's not, break everything down. Let's just hear what she says. So she's admitting that everyone came from Africa. Go for it. I apologize.
Yeah.
Let's finish.
Oh no. Okay.
All human beings evolved in Africa.
Okay.
That's where we evolved. And then we spread out from there and occupied different environmental niches
Mhm.
all over the globe. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years ago,
Okay.
maybe 300,000 years ago for Homo sapiens sapiens. That's all of
Right.
us. We are all
Right.
Homo
Homo
sapiens.
sapiens sapiens. Correct.
The white
That's
tea
right.
people are the
Okay.
Nobos.
Look, go
You guys
ahead.
are actually the first colonizers. I can show it actually. If you want to know what an invasive species is, which
Not
we all
Homo
are,
sapiens.
We're all the same
I can
species.
show you because
That's
due to the fact
false.
of you Homo sapiens being invasive species, because we're all technically invasive species, right? But
Right.
I can show you them saying that you guys are actually, if you want to be tied to them Neanderthals, which some people are, because there's certain
Right.
people like myself. I'm not trying to be globe or talk
That's
down
fine.
upon anyone. It's just how nature and natural law works, right? I can have sexual activities with a certain female, but I cannot create with certain bloodlines. That's just
Mhm.
what it is. That's just how nature has it. That's how natural law has it. There's certain, this goes for some of you YT people too. Some of you YT folks can't have babies with certain bloodlines.
Right.
Y'all are not
And
understanding.
and,
We're all
and that
the
is
same
fine.
in
And what he's
nature.
saying is factually, and what he's saying is factually true. That there is two different levels. This is why the new word has come out now. Homo sapien sapien. The reason why they're saying sapien twice. It's because it is saying that Homo sapiens are not related to Homo sapiens sapien.
No,
So,
Homo sapiens sapiens are the same as Homo sapiens. We just
ma'am,
don't say the
If
sapiens.
they're the
no,
same,
ma'am,
what
no,
is
ma'am,
the
no. But
purpose
listen,
of calling this Homo sapiens sapien?
sapien twice, right? So what we understand is the Neanderthal process of what science have taught is not factual when it comes to all human beings. Would you agree with that? That everyone is from the Neanderthal race. Is that what you're saying?
We're not a direct descendant from the Neanderthal race.
Okay, so let's stop there. If we're all not direct descendants of the Neanderthal race, then
There
where do we all
wasn't a
come?
breeding.
Okay, no, stop. Then where do we come from if you're saying that there is a specific race that do not relate to the Neanderthal race? Because now what we have is a scientific enigma that cannot say how there's two different races of beings on this planet, two different races of beings that's on this planet that is not genetically or DNA connected. So there's now a question. There's a question that it happens because it still says, and here's where we all are with this, and I think I can speak with everyone on this, that there is a race of beings here that is superior to other races, meaning that there is a specific DNA that does not equate to other DNA on this planet, that everyone is not genetically related.
No, we
First
are
and
all
foremost.
we're genetically related to cats. We're genetically related to dogs.
Huh?
Hold on. Stop.
What?
Because what you're saying is,
This is where it goes
what you're
left
saying,
because
what
Bruh.
you're saying is,
people
what
don't
you're
want to
saying
respect
is,
the science.
okay, and that's exactly, and
More
that's the problem
Species
because
walking
what
around.
he's saying
Here's
is,
another thing too. Do you know that a lot of YT
Everything is genetically related. We're even
so that
genetically related to
contradicts.
trees.
Okay, so that contradicts what you said. That let's go back to
No,
Neanderthals and Homo sapiens sapiens. So there's a contradiction, and you're not
no,
explaining the
not being
contradiction.
okay. So when I
Mixed.
said we're not direct descendants, we're not. Sure, there's some Neanderthal DNA there because people were having sex.
So
Neanderthals,
you're not sure.
Denisovans, like all of the
So
above.
hold on. So let's
y'all
stop there.
related to
You're not
Nephilim?
sure. So hey,
Look
hold
at
on,
DNA.
family. Hold on. You're saying you're not sure means you don't even know. So
No,
you
I
can't
didn't
make a
say I
definitive
didn't.
statement. Hold on, sister. Hold on, just listen
He
to me.
didn't say that.
When you say you don't know, you can't make definitive statements
I didn't
nor
say I didn't
disprove.
know.
Well,
What did I
you
say I
just
didn't
said
know?
no, you did. We could play it back. You said
Oh,
we're
she
not
did.
sure. If you say we're not sure, that means I don't know.
When did I say that?
Just now,
I don't think I said that.
ma'am, you
You
said we are
did.
not sure.
No, I said that we are related to all living things.
Well,
All of us are
oh,
genetically
okay.
related.
No. I'm not talking about that statement. You said when it comes to Neanderthal and Homo sapiens sapiens, we're not sure of the disconnect. Basically, I'm not. And
No,
we can
we
play
have a
this back
common
later on. But
ancestor with Neanderthals, Denisovans, Cro-Magnons.
Well,
We
The
not
other
Albert
speak for
Perry.
yourself.
Not
Speak for
Albert
yourself,
Perry.
ma'am. Speak for yourself,
Albert
ma'am.
Perry
It's,
does too.
okay,
it says it turns out that Albert Perry carries a very different type of Y chromosome. A very different, not same,
That doesn't.
different.
Okay, so do you know what a Y chromosome is versus genetic
Yes,
code?
yes, I do.
a
I know what
Y
a Y chromosome
Okay,
is,
Y,
so
Y
and his is
chromosome
different.
Y
Y
chromosome is
chromosomes are a
technically a
chromosome
X
that males
chromosome
carry.
mutated by
It's
2.8%.
but it's still genetically related to all the
Eh,
things.
but his is different.
We
Different.
all have different
Do we
genetics.
not know what the word different means?
Yeah, we all have different genetics. Everybody's different. Everybody has variations in their
But you just
genetic
said
code
that
that makes them
we're
individual to everybody else's.
so
But
we're
we're all
all.
related still. Like you're related to your mom.
How can you be different? How can you be different and related?
Okay, so think about this. Would you be related to a cousin that is 12 times removed? Like, would you consider them your family? Probably
Yeah,
not.
because
But
they have
in the past,
they're
you did share the
they
same
got the
mother.
same blood. They got someone in their family that we have the same blood running through my
There
veins.
you go. There you're starting to get.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but you're not my 12th cousin removed because we're different. Do you know what the Rogom shot is for?
No, I'm
Do
probably
you know
like
what?
your
Do you know what
100th
right,
cousin
RH?
removed.
Do
right.
you know? Do you know that before 1960, that before they could get that shot to make people be able to procreate together, that had
Great
different
example.
Nope,
RH
that's
factors?
not what that
Great
is.
example.
That just made it so that certain women who had this RH imbalance could have
No,
kids
no,
after
no,
the
no.
first time. They could still
Right,
carry
right.
the
So in
No, it
my
becomes a
case,
it gets desensitized. where they
Right.
can't make, but where that first pregnancy maybe, but after that they can't.
That's right. And then what that does is it blocks that syndrome so that you can continue to have children after that.
That's not true.
Exactly.
But before that though, 1960. So they like the slave trade story when they said, "Oh, the white tea man was raping your women and all this stuff." That shit ain't true, because we didn't have the shot back then.
So that shot doesn't do that. That shot doesn't make it so that people can interbreed between.
Let me add this real quick, because hold on, no, here you go right here, because I've been waiting to show this, right, and I think this is the perfect moment to finally show this, right, because I'm gonna actually show you who the first colonizers were, and they already admit, right, since you want to be, this may be your people, right, because I'm gonna show you right now, how did Homo sapiens become the ultimate, because you know what an invasive species is, right, we're invasive species regardless, right, but sometimes after 70,000 years ago, our species Homo sapiens left Africa to begin its explorable spread across the globe. Other human species
Yes, like Neanderthals, Denisovans,
had
Cro-Magnons,
established themselves in Europe,
Floresiensis.
Asia. It doesn't matter. That's not
Those are
what
hominids. Those are not human
those are
species.
Yes,
not
they're all
human species.
humans. That's what
No,
Homo
They're
they're
is.
not.
hominid.
No, they're
Homo,
not.
we are all hominids.
No,
No,
Yes, we
you're a
are.
hominid.
Yes, we are. We're
man.
hominins and hominids. Yes.
Let me show
Yes,
this
we
other
are.
last part, because I'm not even gonna go in detail now, since that's your opinion. But hold on, I'm just gonna read this other part, because there's no point. If that's how you're gonna look at it, then there's no point in going all the way through. But I just want to show this other part for other people real quick, right? So let's
And
just
I think the importance of showing the receipts, which is everyone does, makes a difference. Now, one thing I will say, you're very well educated when it comes to certain aspect of it, but certain wording that you're saying and use creates doubt, and that's the thing that we're trying to get you to understand. With that doubt that you're saying, because when you can't tie the connection together, when you can't make it connect, and you're telling everyone else that they're wrong, all it does is make us look at your information as less reliable, and that's what we're trying to get you to understand. At the end of the day, regardless of what we pull up, this is information that's being provided by either scientists, Google, or whoever. You know what I mean? Google is still relying on a scientific expertise to do it. This is not an attack on you and what you have come to understand. This is you making it make sense, because you're basing your whole thought process based on definitive statements, but then you are creating doubt by saying we haven't found, and well, yeah, this ties together, and things of that nature. At the end of the day, what we've come to understand is simply science still have not figured everything out. And you guys haven't figured everything out. And so when you start making definitive statements and you're teaching our children this is more deadly than anything else. False education is more deadly because it has a race of people believing something that's being taught to them by people who still have not figured it out.
that's why I'm always and I always try to, when I do my research, I try to have a fair perspective, and try to now,
Right.
since I've been humbled with so many other things that I found out, and just been humbled on my journey. It's like I take, even though I'm still about our people first, I still try to take others in consideration, because we weren't the only people ethnocided and genocided and reclassified. It took us, you know what I mean? It had to happen to. We were so great, others had to get. Whoever was cool with us, like I say, was cool with us, we were doing business with, et cetera, got involved in us, losing stuff also. So I try to do my best to include others until they want to be so stern on how they feel and not try to respect the bigger
That's right.
picture. You get what I'm saying? But
That's
let me
right.
just finish this
That's
real
right.
quick with the whole, because this was new to me with the whole invasive species, and we got to take an L just on how we've been treating animals just in general. So it's just funny just to know that we're an invasive species, regardless just how we treat the world, right? But if you want to take into consideration the whole
Right.
Homo sapien thing, they acknowledged that there was other people, but then she tried to
Right.
label these people as monkeys also, and they were not. They
Right.
were either
Right. That's
civilizations
right.
that had either migrated somewhere else and left somewhere else, and they were either abandoned or extinct or due to
Right.
whatever happens, et cetera, et cetera. They came in and lived in their shelter. They came in as what I mean, which is nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. That's what this part says, and I'm gonna show you guys one other little quick part, and we can get to everybody else on the
Right.
panel, because I don't
And
want to go over.
opium. Let me answer this question real
Yeah,
quick
yeah,
for
go ahead.
Joseph Whitaker 563. He says at Chief Sekou, the only question is the information correct? When it comes to what she's providing, no, it's not. And you all heard her say there was a difference. So you can't, it's not correct if there's a doubt in the information or there is gaps in it.
It just says right here, right? It says anthropologists have long debated how and why modern humans alone accomplished the astonishing feat of this destination and domination. Some experts argue that the evolution of a larger, more sophisticated brain allowed our ancestors to push into new lands and cope with unfamiliar challenges they faced. Others contend that novel technology drove the expansion of our species out of Africa by allowing early modern humans to hunt prey and dispatch enemies with unprecedented efficiency. A third scenario holds that climate change weakened the populations of Neanderthals and other archaic humans. See, other. When
Other
they say other,
archaic
that means
humans. Didn't I say that they were all humans? Yes, I did.
The extremely ancient chromosome of Albert Perry.
she's taking
Extremely
exactly.
ancient.
She's taking it like
Right.
she's taking it like that's the funny
Ho-
part about it that it's going
Hold
on.
on,
But
y'all.
anyway,
No, it's just so hard to talk to y'all because you're so uninformed.
I'm
No.
done.
No,
Hold
because
on,
I'm
y'all.
not
Hold on,
gonna
y'all.
drag it out, but I'm
Hold on,
done.
y'all.
she want us to follow the white man's science when we know better.
You don't
Yeah,
have
hold
to.
on, y'all.
Just
Hold on, y'all.
there's
I gotta do the
evidence.
disclaimer. Because we putting out some heavy information. TikTok, we are actors playing out a scene from the Wild Wild West with our guest, the European from Europe,
She's
and
not
the
European.
Honorable Chief Sekou. Y'all can go ahead and continue.
So I like one thing, guys. What is a common ancestor?
Not you.
It's not Lucy.
I am not a common ancestor, you guys.
No, anything that dealt with you is not my common ancestor. You got
Well,
lips like a chimpanzee. If you shave a chimpanzee, his melanin looks
He's
like
trying to
your
say no.
melanin.
I
He's
got
trying to
less
say
no,
lips
no,
than
no,
a
no,
chimpanzee.
no,
The,
ma'am.
the
I apologize.
chimpanzee
Hold on,
don't
hold on.
have the
Family,
same hair
family,
I
family,
have.
family,
Minute.
family,
Oh,
Family.
now,
family. Let's do this.
Kenya.
No,
No,
excuse me, family.
Kenya.
Let's do
No,
this.
It's
Let's do
the
Kenya.
this. Let's do
truth.
this.
What did
Let's
Hold
do
Kenya
on.
this.
say?
Let
Let's do
let's
this,
let's
please.
keep it
Please,
let's keep it
please. Let's do this.
PG. Let's keep it PG.
Let's do this. The only problem that I have with what you said was, feminist miss whatever your title is, that we are misinformed. We're misinformed by your standard and what your people taught us. We're not misinformed because we're writing this information. Your people is teaching this. We're not quoting something that a black or a native man has read. So if we're misinformed, it's because you all are creating confusion. Now I have a problem with you because you're saying we're so misinformed. But the information that we're misinformed by is by your people. Either
Okay.
share the truth and